What's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at an old Hiya toy figure. Yes, there are a bunch of new ones that are out. I still have yet to get them, but in the meantime, we'll just roll with the oldies for now. That's all I have at the moment until I can actually get my hands on the new stuff, so that will be coming soon. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at the old Skull Devil from Kong Skull Island. So I thought it was just straight up called a Skullcrawler, but apparently this is the Skull Devil. So is this the big one? Is this the big one that Kong fights as in the final fight? Or are these like the small little minions? I'm actually not entirely sure. I think this is just the little minions. Someone let me know in the comments. But then again, it's not really that much of a difference. The big one is just literally this one, but bigger. Almost the same size as Kong. So let's look at this, shall we? So we got an old box art here. Obviously, this is an older figure, so you just have the PNG slapped onto there. So we got the figure there, and then we have a picture of the figure with its mouth closed, and may only be used for the film indicia, whatever the heck that means. And then we got the Hiya Toys logo here. Here's this side, here's this side, here's this side, here's this side, and here's the back. Pretty straightforward. It's a pretty bland box, I might say. I don't think there's a lot to show, so that being said, let's just crack this open. Sorry, let me quickly interrupt this video to quickly tell you that our new song, Unbroken, is out now. It is streaming everywhere where you get your music, and be sure to check out the music video as well on the Big City Dreams YouTube channel. It is an absolute banger, so please stream it and share it with your friends. Alright, back to the video. Alright, that was a relatively easy unboxing. So here's the Skullcrawler, or Skull Devil, call it what you will. Only ever time we see another Skullcrawler is number 10 in GVK. So here's number 10, the big red Skullcrawler that Godzilla kills. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same size. If anything, the Skull Devil here is actually bigger than number 10 here for some reason. So I'm gonna assume that this is the big one. This is the big final boss Skullcrawler that Kong fights. I think Skullcrawlers are extremely underrated. I think they are a pretty cool titan, pretty cool monster, and they don't really get that much attention, that's for sure, but that's your main comparison, old versus new. So obviously I did a full review on number 10, so you can go watch that. But of course, they do also have the Kong from Skull Island, also by Hiya. So if we are to put these two side by side, there you go. He's got the whole branch and everything. This is literally the final fight. You can recreate it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is the big one that Kong fights. Yeah, that's pretty scale accurate, that's for sure. Because obviously, I think if anything, it's slightly bigger than Kong, because this thing did kill Kong's parents in the lore. So it's accurate. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. Very happy with how this turned out. The articulation is pretty, there's not much. Don't get me wrong, there is still articulation, but it's just not a lot compared to Kong, which has obviously more limbs. So your main points of articulation, obviously you got the big tail here, ball socket. That is just one long stiff piece. It is a little bendy at the end here of the tail, but this is rock solid plastic. Do not bend it. Highly don't recommend it. Then we have ball socket here, ball socket on the main body. There you go. And then we have some ball sockets on the neck. So first point, second point, and then the third point, which is of course the mouth itself. So as you can see, when the mouth opens, it's actually, there's like a cool contraption in it. There's like a rubber piece here that kind of pulls the top along. So when you open the mouth, top and bottom opens. So you got the overbite and underbite just opening it like that. I don't know if number 10 has the same concept. Oh, it does. It does. It just doesn't have the rubber though. As you can see with number 10, it just, I think it's just the gears inside. But with this old one here, the Skull Devil, you can see the muscle, the rubber here. I guess that's to show muscle. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of like the jaws of a snake, which are of course very flexible. So I guess that's what they're trying to show there. So that's pretty interesting. Then we have articulations on the legs. So here we have on the knee that kind of just folds in, and then we have on the foot that oh my goodness, all the way forward like that too. Look at that reach. That's pretty good. And then same thing on this side. I mean, this one's not as good, maybe because of the position I put this figure in, but that is some good articulation, I can't lie. It's limited, don't get me wrong, but it does have good range in terms of its limits. So that's pretty nice. Now, in terms of the coloring, this is pretty straightforward. I mean, you're working with two color schemes here. This is kind of like a dark olive green color, and then for the head, you actually have, you know, the colors of a skull. So this looks more like a Skullcrawler compared to number 10. And I do also like the head, where you can see its actual eye, but you can also see, of course, the skull on the nose. This, of course, I think is like a killer whale, if you want to put it like that, where you think the white spot on his head is its eye, but it actually has its actual eye a little further back. But overall, I'll give this Skullcrawler a pretty standard, decent score. Look, it's nothing like that out of the ordinary. I'm not gonna say, wow, it's like really amazing. It's good, but it's not amazing, if you will. So I'm gonna give this probably a solid 7 seems fair. Like, comparing it to number 10, I actually don't remember what I gave number 10. Did I also say 7? I don't remember. It's good. It's better than what the Playmate Skullcrawlers had to offer, so I'm actually quite happy with how this one turned out. In fact, I would say this one had more mobility than number 10. Maybe because I haven't fiddled with this enough, so the joints are still quite stiff for number 10. But for the oldie here, the Skull Devil, it's pretty flexible. So yeah, that is my review of the Skull Devil figure from the Exquisite Basics series by Hiya Toys. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, overall, it's, you know, the first Skullcrawler. I actually did want to get this quite some time ago, and if you want to get this, I definitely think you should. If you come across this, I don't think you should go out of your way to get this, especially when number 10 is out, so just get number 10. But this one, you know, if you come across it in the store, definitely pick it up. That is my recommendation. And so we will call it here. Be sure to check out the review for the Skull Island Kong, and of course number 10, but you know, to match the movie, go watch the review for the Skull Island Kong. So thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.